Right then, mate, we have spoke in great detail now about Enzo Maresca, his appointment as Chelsea manager, what he is going to bring to this Chelsea side, whether it be the formation, whether it be the training tactics, the dieting, the apps that he's going to install, not those kind. I know what sort of apps.
Naughty.
I know what sort of apps you're on, mate. I know. And also, we spoke about his tactics, but what we haven't done yet is we've not built Enzo Maresca's starting lineup for Chelsea,
which is actually your lineup as well. They married together very easily.
It's just my lineup, to be honest, that I've started. But I'll tell you one thing: it's not completely my lineup, because you'll see some players in there that I probably wouldn't have started, but I'm anticipating with the tactics and what we know about Enzo Maresca may well be players that he will be starting. But there's two ways of doing this, isn't there? Because ultimately, I think it would be pretty pointless for us to make a video based on hypotheticals. And I get to an extent, everything's a little bit hypothetical, but definitely when it comes to the personnel, I don't truly believe that we can make this video and hang our hat on the likes of Elise coming in and potentially a goalkeeper signing and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit you with the starting lineup that I maybe see Enzo Maresca going with, and the reasons why I see him going with the personnel that I've picked. And that's going to be picked from the crop of players that we already have at Chelsea Football Club. You can counter back with me, and then we'll maybe make one with the potential incoming signings that we're anticipating Chelsea to make. Should we do that?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay. I'm going to start you off with my lineup, and starting in goal, in my opinion, for right or for wrong, for Enzo Maresca, is going to be Robert Sanchez.
What?
I know you don't like it,
What?
and neither do I.
Is that harsh to have that reaction? He
Um,
wasn't. Was he that bad?
I mean,
Was he
mate, we
that
get
bad?
told we're the positivity police, but
Yeah.
we were somewhat singing his praises. Like, I know he made a lot of
He was
high.
all right.
I know he made a lot of high-profile mistakes, but we were also saying that he's probably made just as many match-saving actions as match-losing actions. Am I right?
I think you could argue that he made some better last-ditch saves than Petrovic did.
You could argue it, but I think you'd lose that argument. I
Petrovic
think
had a few of
Petrovic-
them where he sort of palmed them into the goal, mate.
No, we're clutching at straws, mate. You're on about two goals that Petrovic could possibly be argued he was at fault for. Whereas I think with Sanchez, we're talking a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot
A lot more obvious mistakes.
A lot more
clear and
obvious
errors.
clear and obvious errors.
VAR-esque errors.
And even when he came back into the team and was given a start out of pity almost,
was
like
pity.
the match against Enzo Maresca's Leicester,
Yep.
what happened?
He was awful that game.
And what happened in that game? Do you remember? The Axel Disasi own goal.
Who was that? More Disasi's fault.
It was more Disasi's fault, but I'm telling you it don't happen if Petrovic is on the pitch, so make of
Yeah.
that what you will.
Yeah, that
But-
tells you everything, doesn't it?
What we originally thought we were bringing in Robert Sanchez was a goalkeeper that was cool, calm and collected with the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
Didn't really make mistakes and had a really good passing range.
And was the third choice goalkeeper for Brighton.
Let's not get bogged down with the details. And ultimately, what we sort of saw wasn't exactly that. But I'm not ready to just go, oh, Sanchez ain't the man, he never will be the man, and he's no good. Because actually, I do think he was good with his feet. I thought that his confidence with his feet could often lead to his downfall because he was taking risks and, chances that he didn't really need to at times. However, when he was playing those balls out from the back, a lot of the time, most of the time, he was passing the ball to Axel Disasi. He was passing the ball to Benoit Badiashile. Benoit Badiashile that was paired with Axel Disasi at the time for some of it. And he was passing to players who weren't in rich veins of form. Or, for example, like a Levi Colwell in that situation was being played out of position. Yeah? And I think that is fair to say. If injuries go our way next season, there's a chance that we could start with the back two I'm about to name. And then when you see the centre-back pairing I'm about to name, maybe it'll give you a little bit more confidence that the boys that Robert Sanchez is going to be distributing the ball to might be a little bit more composed on it and might navigate some of the choppy moments we had with Sanchez. So right back, I'm going to go Reece James.
What a surprise. Who would have thought, though? Because you have been Malagusto's biggest exponent.
I'm a Malo fanboy.
You are.
Yeah.
So what's happened? Why is he not in your team?
Reece is Reece. That's it.
Do you think there's an opportunity whereby Malo Gusto, exceptionally good in pre-season. Comes in, first couple of games of the season, obviously Reece can't play.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's an opportunity there that Malo Gusto could take that place for himself?
I think there is an opportunity, and I think it could possibly even be likely. But I also think there's an opportunity that the likes of Ian Matson and Ben Chilwell both leave in the summer and leave us with one recognised left back at the club. A left back, by the way, who missed around 40% of the games last season through injury, and in the 60-odd% he was in there in Cucurella, he was fucking phenomenal, mate.
So
he
good.
pulled up trees big time and really, really impressed me. However, in his absence at times, and even sometimes when he was fit and available, we saw Malo Gusto over at left back, and Malo Gusto was absolutely class there. Okay, I also think there's a possibility that in pre-season we see Reece James's position experimented with. Maybe we'll see him in a pivot. Maybe we'll see him in a centre back pairing. No one's ever ruled out the possibility that he could play there, and I'm definitely not about to do so. So I'm looking at things, and I'm saying, I'm putting Reece James as my right back in this lineup, but there's wiggle room on it.
Is he our best player, Reece James? We had a lot of we talked about this recently on a video, and a lot of people were sort of questioning whether he is our best player. I think it's pretty obvious, isn't it, mate? I think he's the one that you got to rate and say he is the best.
I don't know. I don't know, because I don't want to do it off the back of one season, but Cole Palmer's levels, you know. In Nkunku, he's a great player. We've got some with Caicedo. I don't want to get into it.
Do you not think that Reece is a level above all of those?
I don't want to get into it.
Okay.
Reece's levels. Reece is
hard.
the man.
I think
love
anyone
Reece.
saying that if anyone is saying that Cole Palmer isn't our best player right now, it is mad, isn't it?
Yeah. On what have you done for me lately? That's where you got to go on. So,
Yeah.
Reece at right back for me. Centre back pairing.
Okay.
We've never seen this one before.
We've never seen it before.
Is Fofana and Levi Colwell.
Are you confident that Fofana's going to be ready to go?
No.
No. Are you just doing this based on who is the best player? Like rather than who is actually going to be fit and available to play?
Yeah, because we ain't seen this pairing before.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm looking at it and I'm saying, mate, Fofana, Rolls Royce. I tell you what, the injury hasn't done him all that bad, and that's a big if. He's got some pace about him as well.
Yeah,
Tell you
true.
what else he's got? Lovely passing range.
He's only...
Oh, who else has got a lovely passing range? Not Levi Colwell, is it?
Levi is so good.
Not a
isn't
man that can split the lines with passes, and showed that time in, time out when he was put at centre back, and also showed it massively during his time at Brighton.
he? We missed him when he got injured.
We
didn't
miss
even
him,
talk about
and
that.
it's one that we spoke about it.
Well, not really. No, yeah.
We spoke about it a little bit.
A little bit.
We give it. Listen, we're right.
We're always
definitely not
right.
wrong.
Levi Colwell, what he is? Do you know what? Is he our best centre back? I think he is.
Yes.
I think he is.
Yeah, now Thiago
I think it's
Silva's
pretty
gone.
simple, actually.
So, Fofana and Levi
like
Colwell. And a lot of people would be saying to me, you can't put Fofana in there. He's hardly played. Listen, when he did play, a lot of the time under
was
Thomas
fucking
Tuchel,
quality.
he was great, man. He
was
looked
fucking
really,
best,
really
yeah.
good. So,
I mean,
listen.
you don't spend 80 million on a shit player, do you? We've never done that.
Left back. Left back, you know what I'm going with.
Chilwell,
You know what I'm going with.
Matson,
You know what I'm going with.
Lewis Hall.
You know what I'm going with.
There's that better shield would be
Good
fill
start
in there.
position. No, mate, Cucurella. And I honestly think that when we look at these inverted fullbacks, I think Cucurella is going to be real.
Do you know what's funny? Like, I remember
Maresca.
the start of the pre-season when I first met you, mate, and we were sat in this room. I remember you saying it. I don't know how you pulled this out of your brain. You went, do you know what? The position that we really need to sort of really go for is an inverted left back, and the player to do that is Marc Cucurella.
Well,
He's the one, and you've said it ever since.
Time in, time out.
I don't know how you pulled out. Like, how did you know
I'll tell
that
you what,
sort
I
of
won't be
knowledge?
pulling out the receipts. No need. Just trust me. We wouldn't lie to you.
What happened there?
Oh.
Is that one of your worst takes of all time?
It's up there.
It's bad, isn't it?
It's up there.
We were all saying it, though.
Listen, you
We
spend
all
enough
said
time on camera, you're going to give some fucking bad takes.
Yeah.
I didn't think Cucurella was it. One thing I'll say to defend myself, and this sort of doesn't defend me, it almost makes me seem even more stupid because I should have then known. But one thing I will say is I am a paying match day going fan who came to that conclusion through being in the stands and watching him. I was wrong. Long term, he was playing shit at the time. Anyone would agree with that? You'd agree with that. You were going to the matches, you were seeing him, he was playing rubbish. So you'd agree with it. I was wrong in the long-term future when I said that he'll never be good enough. Clearly he was. Clearly I was wrong about that. But I did form that opinion through watching him from the stands. I weren't just going, it's fashionable to not like Cucurella. You know what I mean? Like, I thought he was shit, and ultimately he wasn't. And he's going to be a really, really important player for Enzo Maresca. Tell you who's going to be an important player for Enzo Maresca? Romeo Lavia.
That is a bomb. That is you dropped one there.
He's
in your starting 11.
He's part of the three. He's the right side of that midfield, okay, in the free. So
in the 8th role.
Almost.
Is he a pivot or is he an 8? Because no. You need to decide this, Joey.
Okay.
Who's going to be your deepest midfielder?
Caicedo is in the middle and Enzo Fernandez is on the other side. Now, when Enzo Fernandez pushes up and joins the attack, which he will be doing, in my opinion, under Enzo Maresca, then you're left in there with Romeo Lavia, with Caicedo, and with Cucurella. And I tell you what, that little three there in the middle, my God, you'll do well to get past that. Because in Romeo Lavia, we have an extremely aggressive presser of the ball. Similar in a way to Conor Gallagher. However, the actual cleanliness, I would say. Oh, you like that?
Just stop it.
You like that?
How much research have you fucking put into this?
Oh, mate, how long's a piece of string? Who can put a number on it? But a couple of hours. Mate, the cleanness of his challenge, the timing of the challenge, the judgment of the challenge. And I'll tell you what I mean by the judgment. The ability at such a young age to know when to gamble on the challenge. Now, I've been watching a lot of Romeo Lavia of recent because I'm really looking forward to what he can bring to this team. And he's a man that, obviously, we've touched on. Enzo Maresca knows well from his time at Man City, the under-21s. When I look at him and when I look at, like, the balls he's winning and especially the balls he goes for, right? The judgment of it's brilliant because, say, for example, he'd probably back himself to lunge in and win a ball at any moment of the game. But the ones he really goes for are the ones that they're high stakes. He knows if he goes and wins the ball in that moment, he can set us on a counter-attack straight away. And they're the ones that I think are going to be really, really important. Not only that, but let's say, for example, we talk about pivots, we talk about defensive midfielders. Well, we had probably the best one of all time and then the second best one in Makelele and Kante, right? Kante was a little bit different. He used to drive forward with the ball. Makelele would win it and he'd give it straight to Lamps or he'd give it straight to someone else who had better distribution than him. But I'll tell you, in our midfield, Enzo Fernandez, who, you know, has been likened to Fabregas at times, Juan Mata at times, players like that, he has not got the passing ability, neither does Caicedo, in my opinion, of Romeo Lavia. Romeo Lavia's passing ability is really, really underrated and not spoken about enough. So I think with that range of passing, the penetration of the pass and the weight of pass that he's able to do, Romeo Lavia this season, you heard it here first, and so he should be for the money he was signed for, by the way, but with the vision, the weight of pass, the penetration of pass, we're going to see some great things from Romeo Lavia this season. That's why he will be in my midfield. Caicedo being the important one. And when Enzo Fernandez pushes forward, which I inevitably see him doing, Cucurella comes in there.
May I make a small tweak to this three?
No. Joking. Yes.
I think for all of the reasons you've just described, I think Lavia might be... Oh, sorry. Do they need to?
They need to. They need to.
Do they? But, you know, surely everyone that watches these videos has subscribed to the channel already.
Mate, apparently 60% of them aren't.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on.
What a sad little life,
These videos are free.
I know,
Look at all the enjoyment.
Yeah, we're not even asking you to go on the old Patreon. Just send it straight to the bank account.
It's the OnlyFans you need to be worried about.
Well, there
it's
you
coming
go.
soon.
OnlyFans, what's that? Never heard of it?
Yeah, we haven't got any fans. You got no fans?
No, 92,000 and counting.
Stop it.
There you go. 100 combined. There you go.
Can we just have a little moment just to say thanks? We've had a fucking good year.
We've had a good
Do you know what? It's funny actually because Joey put up a beautiful Instagram reel. If you haven't seen it already,
did you cry?
It's a stunner. I had a tear in my eye. I didn't cry. I had a tear in the eye. Don't worry about it. It was a speck of dust. Don't worry about it. But do you know what?
Speck of sand. Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what? It's been a really good year, and without these lads and ladies watching us, it wouldn't have been half as good a year, would it?
Mate, honestly, you've caught us at a very reflective time
Yeah.
because obviously we just come back from the Saudi trip. That was groundbreaking. That was absolutely massive. We made history out there, mate. And I'm not, going to stop saying that anytime too soon. No one has ever done what we done in Saudi Arabia in terms of a YouTube channel going and broadcasting from inside an arena. An arena, by the way, that had 3 stages set up. One for the official broadcasters, which was obviously DAZN and TNT. One for TalkSport and one for the Pain Game, which is obviously the fight channel of our good friend Brian, the True Geordie. Beat the likes of, I'm not trying to go on like it was a direct competition, but we beat some big broadcasters and big channels out there.
Absolutely.
To be able to get that 3rd stage. So for me, coming off the back of starting a YouTube channel just over a year ago, met yourself. Obviously, things went from
bad to worse.
No, don't discredit him. No, mate, things have just got better and better and better. And obviously that has come from our hard work. We called it hard work, but let's be honest, it's tiring work. It's not hard work because we fucking love it, mate.
Love it.
But we were no stranger to 22-hour days out in Saudi Arabia, were we? And the rest. So to have achieved what we've achieved over there this year, we are feeling very reflective. And I can only personally say that without you guys watching, man, we wouldn't have achieved anywhere near what we've achieved this year.
Nah.
The good news is the train keeps on growing.
Mate, we've got a lot of stations to go to.
We have got many stations on this trip. And listen, there's big things to come. But let's get back into Enzo Maresca'S starting 11. I am going to go off front line, and this is obviously the sort of area of the pitch that could be up for the most debate, but at the moment we're not bringing signings in. And I am going to say that this front line goes Cole Palmer on the right wing, goes Nicholas Jackson through the middle, and goes Christopher Nkunku on the left wing.
Mate, that could win the league.
With the points deductions of Man City, it could.
That could win the league.
It could.
Is that bad to say?
No, very fair.
And no one in the comments will be disagreeing with that.
But
go on.
If that wasn't to win the league,
it would finish second.
It would finish second. It would finish second. No, but if that lineup doesn't tickle your fancy enough, then maybe we should sprinkle a few signings on there.
I don't think we need to, do we, Joey?
I don't think
it's
we
pretty
need
good
to.
already.
No, but do you know what though? Like, just before we get into this, that's a good point you made there. Not thinking we need to. I genuinely don't think Chelsea need to make any signings this summer.
What a good position that we're in now, by the way, because we came out, last summer, we were there thinking we need, how many signings? 10 signings?
God, 20?
So now it's like, I'm just thinking, I don't think we need that many. I think we need probably 3, 4, maximum 5 signings this summer. And maybe one of those is a really young player that is there for the future.
And what about actual signings that will go straight into the first team?
So shall we talk about this, about who I would put into this starting 11?
Okay. So you've built your own one, by the way. So you might not necessarily have Sanchez in goal or a centre-back pairing of Fofana and Colwell and whatnot. But why don't you read me out your starting 11 for Enzo Maresca? And obviously that will be picking from players that we've already got and maybe 1 or 2 surprise names in there that we're looking to sign in the meantime. Hit me with it.
Okay, there might be a few more surprises than you're expecting, but let's get into that. So the goalkeeper we're going to have to talk about. I think there's a very relatively likely opportunity, very good chance that I don't think Sanchez will be there. And if that's the case, then we do need a ball-playing goalkeeper. Check out the video if they haven't already, because we have talked about some signings.
Yep.
I mentioned a man in that video that I think is a ball-playing goalkeeper in Jorgensen of Villarreal. I think that will be the starting goalkeeper for Chelsea next season.
For the guys that haven't checked that out and for the guys that don't want to click off this video, why don't you just tell me a little bit about him?
So this guy is the ball-playing goalkeeper of dreams. He's 6'3", 20 years old.
Dreams can come true.
With Jorgensen.
Jorgensen, baby, I got you.
Born in
you keep
Sweden.
The clean sheets. You know you've got great feet. Go.
Can you keep on going, or is that it?
I could freestyle it.
Yeah, go
Want some more? Want some more?
Yeah.
Dreams can come true, Jorgensen, it's you and me, because you've got a low XG, because the Stamford Bridge crowd love you.
I'm sorry, guys, I ruined that by laughing, but that was just ridiculously good. Do you know what? I've never known a freestyler like it, and I've known, you know, several rappers.
Yeah. Yeah,
know,
you
Kit Kat, Twix.
strike me as like a friend of the rappers.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
God, who don't I know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what it is, because they know you're up for a bit of dirty work. If someone
a bit of dirty work.
Someone annoys them,
Bit of
and
dirty work.
You need someone chived up. You call Mr. Aveste.
Oh God, yeah. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm always protecting you.
So
I know, with the
Jorgensen in goal.
Jorgensen in goal. He sounds like he's pretty good. I mean, he only conceded 63 goals in 36 games. He must be all right.
Then again, though, Pickford's in high demand. He came to the bridge and got 6 put past him.
T-Rex. I'd rather have Ramsdale.
I'd rather have Ramsdale. Rather have Pope.
People would laugh about that.
I'll tell you who I'd rather have.
Henderson.
Lenny Pidgley.
Oh, big Lenny.
How come he never got in touch?
I am actually a bit annoyed about that.
I thought he'd be in touch, mate. Clearly he's not watching Chelsea podcasts.
He must have a lot more followers than he did previously.
Yeah.
We love Lenny.
Yeah.
Shout out, Lenny.
We've done wonders.
If you do want to reach out, just do it, because we miss you and we hope you're well.
There you go.
I'm going to go Reece.
Yep.
I'm going to go Wesley. I'm going to go Levi. Then I'm going to go for Mark Cucurella.
At left back.
I do think we need a backup to Mark Cucurella, though.
So you've gone with a centre-back pairing that I have gone with in Fofana and Colwell.
Yeah, I don't think Buddy Shield, I don't think Disasi gets in the team. Trevor is going to be sold.
How about a new boy?
He's not getting in the starting 11.
Just forgot we never even mentioned him in the transfers video.
Is he better than? Is he better than Trev?
Nah, we're looking to flip him.
We are looking to flip him.
We're looking to flip him.
He'll be there for a year and he'll
Trev
be
goes 30-odd million, homegrown player, pure profit.
Yeah.
Then this guy comes in, and although he'd probably be on fairly high wages in comparison to what he's on at Fulham, probably comes in, probably looks half decent, and then we flip that because it's a free transfer, get another 30-odd million, and then Bob's your uncle, 60 million across 2 transfer windows. It's not bad business, not what the fans want, but it's, it makes business sense.
But then we've got to sign another centre-back. Do you know? Like,
Bashir Humphreys? No, we'd have flipped him by then.
He's definitely gone. Yeah, we should have put him in the ones that are going to be sold. He's gone. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I keep...
So just read out that back line again to me in total.
I'd go Jorgensen in goal, Reece, Fofana, Colwell and Cucurella.
Yep, nice. I like that.
So then the midfield, I would do quite significant changes to yours, to be honest with you.
Are you going with the 4-3-3?
I'm going with the 4-3-3. That's his formation. Cool. I'm not going to mix with his formation too much.
No.
I think there's a small chance that Enzo doesn't get in the starting 11. And I think that Caicedo is the only one I can guarantee.
Hold on, sorry to interrupt you, mate, but I think you're crazy, because I think that the use of Enzo Fernandez played a big role in what manager they actually appointed.
Why?
Why
is Enzo any better in his system than Lavia?
I'm not saying Enzo's better, but I'm just saying the willingness to use Enzo, because I personally believe that, listen, I'm a conspiracy theorist here, but I think that maybe one of the conversations that Pochettino had involved the use of Enzo Fernandez.
What was he saying?
I think that maybe he looked at the form towards the end of the season and said to the board, I can't guarantee who's going to be a first team starter under me.
Mate, if he continues with that form, he shouldn't be starting.
Well, there you go. But that's not necessarily what I'm saying.
Maresca's going to have to make a decision.
I think Enzo Maresca's going to get the best out of Enzo Fernandez.
2 Enzos.
Glass half full.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
So, look, I actually would start Enzo in my team.
Yep.
But I was starting alongside Caicedo. I would have Enzo at the base of the midfield. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think Lavia, is the one that's competing with him. And then I'd have Caicedo in the modern Kante role. That is the sort of the free roaming destroyer.
To the right-hand side or the left?
I don't think it matters too much.
Well, for the graphic.
For the graphic, let's put him on the left-hand side.
Okay. So who you having?
Because then he can fill in on the left, because Cucurella will be inverting.
Yeah.
My other midfielder, mate, is Cole Palmer.
Okay.
So we've seen Cole Palmer primarily play on the wing under Pochettino. We know, as I've said many times, that I really do think he's a number 10. The 2 3/8s that play in the Maresca system are effectively number 10s.
Best 5 games under Pochettino were?
Really? Tell me.
The last 5 games.
Yeah. Where was he playing?
Predominantly.
As a number 10.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I said it. I don't want to say I'm a tactical genius, but I'm a tactical genius.
If you want to put it in the comments, we can't stop you.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll go forward into the front 3. I think there will be a lot of changes here. Mm-hmm. I think the only one that I would stick with out of your system would be Nkunku on the left.
Okay.
But he might not be on the left. He might be on the other side. I think Elise will come in and play on the other side.
So Elise on the right-hand side?
I would start Elise on the right. I think Elise could easily play on the left-hand side as well. Mm-hmm. I do think that Maresca is going to play out and out wingers, and therefore I feel that the wingers won't be on their inverted sides as much as they were previously. So
To add to width or
yeah, just to keep the width basically, width crossing. I think that's just his system. Everything that I've heard from Enzo is that he likes wingers high and wide, and if you want wingers high and wide, they're better on the foot that they're best at basically.
So we've got right wing Elise.
Yeah.
Yep.
Left wing in Kunku, which is completely contradicting what I just said. Up top, I'm sorry to say it because I do love Nicholas Jackson, but it's obviously going to be the new signing, isn't it?
And that signing is...
Colorado. No, it's not. It's going to be Šeško.
Do you really believe we're going to get
Yes.
Šeško
Yes.
when Arsenal are in for him?
I completely believe that we're going to get
So
him.
how? How do we?
I think
How
we've
do
been
Chelsea
laying in a lot of game work.
People are gonna hate me for saying this, but I am a realist. Like, if Šeško's got the two offers of Champions League football and a team that most people would think are going to be competing for the league next season, and to be honest, if Man City do get the points deduction, probably going to be winning the league. Arne Slot's first season as Liverpool manager. This Chelsea side's very young. Don't know whether someone else will come up out of the, as a phoenix rising from the ashes and compete for it. Chances are, if City get that points deduction, the bookmakers are going to think Arsenal win the league next season. So with Champions League football and a title challenge on their hands, why does Benjamin Šeško sign for Chelsea?
I think we have been laying groundwork for this guy for a very, very long time, and I think that matters in these transfer dealings. You saw it
One
with
matters.
Caicedo. Yeah, one matters, exactly. What a player. I think you saw it with Caicedo, you saw it with Lavia. There were a lot of clubs in for him. In fact, you would have said exactly the same thing at the pre-season last year. You would have said Caicedo way more likely to go to Liverpool. They wanted him. They were in a better position than we were. Lavia exactly the same. What ended up happening, mate? And actually, we've got a bit of a reputation at the moment, and I've seen it all over Twitter recently, of fans of rival clubs being really annoyed at the way that we deal with transfers. Because we basically say, right, if you want one of these players, we're going to come in and we're going to rival you and try and beat you to win that signature. And we, more often than not recently, mate, we do it.
Yeah.
So I think there's a chance. You play me a bit of music to get me in the mood.
Always getting you in the mood. Yeah.
So I do. So look, if you put it as sort of like black and white as that, obviously it makes sense to go to Arsenal. But then also, like, if Arsenal aren't sure on Havertz's position, if they're not sure what they're generally doing in the transfer market, if they're not going all out for Šeško, if they're not giving him the wages he wants, there's a chance he comes to us.
People have likened Šeško to Kai Havertz. Is that a lazy comparison?
Yeah, he's a lot stronger than Kai Havertz. I would say he was more dominant aerially than Kai Havertz. I would say maybe he's got a bit more pace. Technically, they're quite similar. The way they dribble.
He's not the fastest though.
He's not the fastest, but I wouldn't say Kai is.
No, I know he's got more pace, but my nan's got more pace and she's dead.
But fucking hell, Jesus Christ, it's taking a dark turn. When we had Giroud up top, mate. Jesus Christ,
throwing you in it.
No, but when we had Giroud up top, Jesus Christ, it's the only time I've seen you giggling all day.
Oh, I love my nan.
We've had fun, haven't we?
Yeah.
Giroud was banging goals in, wasn't he?
He was banging goals in.
He did need to be fast. I'm not worried about his pace. He's going to have pace all around him.
My nan actually won the same amount of trophies as Arsenal this season.
Fucking hell, we're back to the nans. Shout out to Joey's nan.
Love my nan. No, I do. I miss her. Come on.
So, I mean, that's my team. What do you want me to say? I love your nan. God bless her.
Do you love your nan?
And yeah, I love her.
Is your nan with us?
I've got one nan with us. Yeah, I've got
what's
one.
her name?
Her name is Dorothy.
Dorothy and Doris are like the most nan names ever, aren't they?
Yeah. Dotty. Yeah, shout out to her. She watches all the videos.
She a big watcher of the channel?
She never watches the channel now.
She don't even know what YouTube is.
She cares about YouTube or football or anything like that. But she cares about me, and that's all that matters.
That's it. Well, there you go. That's how it should be, mate.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's the two lineups there. Listen, to cap it off.
Yeah.
Are we confident?
Are we winning the league?
Maresca?
Yes.
We are.
Mate, I'm going to be all over it in the preseason this year. I honestly am pretty confident. And where's it coming from? Honestly, where is it coming from?
The team.
Yeah.
Because, if if we were able to fault the team and not Pochettino's management when things were going badly, sure, we're able to credit the team and not Pochettino's management for the whole when things are going good. And I do really think that this team grew with each other. I do think they learned together. Like I said, hard times make people grow stronger and build relationships. And my God, we went through some hard times. And towards the back end of the season, we looked like we gained a real understanding of each other. And to be honest, because like we were saying, like Pochettino didn't really change his tactics all that much, did he, in the grand scheme of things? It weren't like wholesale changes like when Antonio Conte went to a three at the back, say, for example. So
it did start working though, didn't it? It did start working.
It did start working in that system. But could that not be a result of the players starting to understand each other, starting to know what runs one another were making, where positionally they would be without having to look, who the better options were when they had the options on? And I do think that comes with a chemistry being formed and a gelling of the Chelsea team. So I do think that whether Mauricio Pochettino is there or not, I believe that we're still going to see the fruits of that labour, so to speak. And then there's where the gamble comes in. Is Enzo Maresca a good enough manager to take that team and to make it work? Until I get proven otherwise, I'm going to say yes.
Wow. I love the positivity.
There you go.
Because you could go the other way, couldn't you? You could go, I have no confidence in Enzo Maresca because I have no idea how good he's going to be.
These lot don't want to hear that.
Nah.
They want to hear that Enzo Maresca's the bollocks, basically.
Yeah,
so there you go. There you go. People, make sure you've hit the like button on the video. You subscribe to my channel. You subscribe to Josh's channel, which is linked in the description. Let us know your thoughts on that starting lineup. If you've got time, I'd love to read your ideal starting 11s under Enzo Maresca. I look forward to doing so, and I will see you all in the next one.